Hello all, it's Jaames Johnson, aka Sulphur Blade, and right now we're going to go through a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and this is where I actually take the Republican senators and I give them a grade. Right now, we're looking at the senators that I give the grade F. They're failing. They need to be replaced. These are rhinos. These are Republicans in name only. Mitch McConnell, he needs to go. He is a rhino. Senator Murkowski of Alaska needs to go. She's a rhino. There's the master of all the rhinos. This is the slimiest one of them all, Mitt Romney. If there's any rhino that needs to go, it's him. Ben Sass, another rhino that needs to go. Pat Toomey. We need to say goodbye to him. These are the worst of the worst. These are the Republican senators that are Republicans in name only. That's Bill Barr. That's the interesting Republican that said it was unconstitutional, voted it was unconstitutional, and then after voting it was unconstitutional, decided no, it was fine to go ahead and convict Trump because, you know, reasons. Susan Collins. She needs to go. The person before that was Castee. He needs to go. And we're back to Mitch McConnell. So these are your failing senators. These are the rhinos. These are the worst of the worst. If there's senators that need to be primaried, it's these 8. These are the ones that do not cut the mustard. All right. So let's move on. So next we're going to look at the who the heck are you senators? And I'll be quite honest, I don't know much about these guys because they're A, never in the news. They're B, never being interviewed. They're C, never in a newspaper. They're D, you don't hear about these people. And you wonder, well, what the hell are they doing? Are they doing anything useful? So I guess I could do a rapid slideshow. I believe this is a Hoenn, something like that. And this is a Moran. That guy is so unknown, I don't even know his name. Don't know his name. She's a Ernst, I believe. She's actually a fairly high-ranking Republican. But yet, what the hell has she done? I know nothing about her. Another... Who the hell are you? 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 She's a Wyoming senator. That's about all I know. But yeah, these guys, they need to do something of note to get themselves recognized or something. I mean, as far as we know, they could be rhinos. As far as we know, they're not rhinos. I mean, it could be one... I guess one way of surviving in politics is to not be known, to keep getting yourself reelected, but never be known on the national stage, so you can develop any type of recollection with voters outside of your constituency, I suppose. So maybe they're doing politics right if we don't know who they are, but again, who the fuck are they? And what have they done? That's what I'd like to know. All right, so now we'll move on to the guys I consider the D's. They're really close to being F's. They're just on the cusp of, should we vote them out, or what do we do with them? So let's go ahead and look at these ones, shall we? So we got Grassley, who's probably the eldest senator of the group. He's hasn't actually announced if he's going to be retiring. Then we have Graham, the slippery snake, who says one thing and does another. He's the most shifty of any Republican in Congress in the whole works, as far as I'm concerned. This is Barrasso. He's like the third highest ranking Republican in the Senate, and what's her name? I can't think of her name. Shelley Moore Capito. Yeah, that's her name. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so Grassley, he's getting old. He's served so many terms. I kind of didn't want to put him in D because he's done a fairly good job while he's been in office, to be honest. But he's served so many terms, I feel like he needs to go. He's one of those people that's just been around too long. He's in here because he's the third highest ranking Republican, and he's just like McConnell. He's like a sounding board for McConnell. She's kind of a snake. She went after Trump after Trump helped her get elected. Dan Cassidy, another snake who didn't stand up for Trump. That's Tom Tillis. Tom Tillis, again, he's in here pretty much because he didn't stand up. And this is Tom Thune. He's the second highest ranking Republican in the Senate, and he's like mini-me for Mitch McConnell. He is about as slippery and grotesque as Mitch McConnell is. Anything Mitch McConnell stands on, you can pretty much be guaranteed that Tom Thune is standing right there alongside of him doing his bidding. And so I almost wanted to put Tom Thune in with the Fs because I think that he is basically a swamp rat that needs to go. As he's the third ranking guy, that guy there, he might be a swamp rat too that needs to go. But they're in the D list because, well, McConnell's the primary guy I want to see gone. Maybe they might change their tune when McConnell's not playing their fiddle. Who knows? Okay, so these are the D's. Let's move on to the C's. So the C's are the they're kind of like I don't want to say unknown. So these are the guys that are somewhat known, unlike the who the fuck are you list I went through earlier. These are the guys that are somewhat known, but they I guess keep a low profile. It might be strange seeing Marco Rubio in this list, but well, let's go ahead and look at him. So Cornyn of Texas, probably a C+. He's on the upper side of the C's. Not too bad. Texas usually has some decent representatives. Then you have Marco Rubio here, who I don't know what to think of him. He's kind of like Graham Light, right? He's somewhat slippery, but not that slippery. Scott, he's lost a lot of respect with me lately. He's gone after some fellow Republican colleagues. He went after what's the new freshman representative from Georgia? Marjorie Taylor Greene. He went after her pretty harshly. I thought that was uncalled for. That's Shelby. He's actually retiring. And that's... Who is that guy again? Oh, Wicker. Wicker's done okay. He hasn't done anything too horrible, and that is Young, I believe, of Indiana. And he's been okay-ish. Hasn't done anything too blatantly horrible. So these guys are, they haven't done anything really too wrong. They haven't spoken out against Trump too egregiously. They're just, kind of solid, I suppose. Everyone can't be a superstar, I suppose. So who's next in the list? Well, I want to go to the Bs. So some of you might be surprised who I have in the Bs. Oh, oops. Okay, Hyde Smith. She's actually pretty darn good. Very outspoken, usually right on the money whenever she talks. Einhoff, not too bad. He's getting a little upper in the years, and he's kind of passing on the torch to his fellow state representative Langford, which that's him right there. Langford's actually kind of following in the footsteps of Einhoff before him. They're two pretty solid. Braun, he's not too bad. He was willing to step up initially to talk about the voting issues, though he got a little bit of cold feet. Tim Scott, we all know Tim Scott. He worked with Donald Trump to help push a lot of the initiatives that helped raise that Staines of Montana, good solid B Republican senator. And this is the surprising one right here. I'm going to give Ted Cruz a B+. And the reason I'm giving him a B+ is because I feel the same way about Ted Cruz as I do Marco Rubio and Graham. Graham I have the lowest opinion of. I think he's the slipperiest and most slimiest. Marco Rubio, I feel like he plays the same political games, but not as egregiously as Graham. And I can't help but think that Cruz plays these same games, but 9 times out of 10, Cruz tends to be aligned properly with what I want. It's just that it seems like he's a lot of talk, but no actual bite. I would like to see Cruz actually start to put more bite in with his bark. Right now he feels like the barking dog that's barking at things you want him to bark at, but he's not biting the things you want him to bite. So he's just not... There's not enough action coming from him. There's lots of good words, but not enough action. And so that's why he's down with the B list of the senators, and some of you might be surprised about that. But all of these senators are probably definitely worth re-electing. Tim Scott, Braun, Langford, Einhoff, Hyde Smith, Cindy Hyde Smith, all solid legislators. Now let's move on to the best of the best. The Republicans that make most of us proud whenever we see them talking on camera, in the media. They're always spot on and on point. The best of them all, Josh Hawley. He gets an A+ as far as I'm concerned. He is the MVP of the Senate. Kennedy's not too far behind. He's really growing on me. I really like this particular senator. Marsha Blackburn, very solid. She's usually right there fighting on the issues. She doesn't hide. Lee, he's always getting his face out. He's always talking the good fight. And then we got Rand Paul. Enough said. Everybody likes Rand Paul. He is maybe the most what's the word I'm looking for? Senator Johnson from Wisconsin. This guy is a superstar. I can't say enough good things about Senator Johnson. And then that's Tommy Tuberville, who is very solid. So these guys are your A-listing. Oh, and Tom Cotton. I almost forgot about him. Tom Cotton is also very solid. He's kind of like Hawley, like a miniature Josh Hawley. In a way, Tom Cotton and Josh Hawley are kind of similar, though Josh Hawley is just so much more there in the spotlight doing the good fight. But this is your A listing of Republican senators. These are the ones that you can put the most pride in and know that they're really out there working for your issues. And, you know, if there are any senators that need to be reelected, it's these guys. These are the superstars right now in the Senate. Rand Paul. 2 thumbs up. He's probably... I almost want to give him an A+ with Josh Hawley. I feel like Rand Paul is number 2. He's a close second to Josh Hawley. And I really like Senator Johnson. Yeah. But anyway, so that has been a look at all of the Republican senators. So now, at least from my point of view, so again, this is my point of view. This is my opinion, right? I suggest everyone make up their own opinion. Everyone should go ahead and do the research on these people on their own. You know, just because I say this is so doesn't mean you should just parrot what I say. If you do that, you're just going to be kind of like the liberals who just parrot somebody they see on YouTube, or, well, probably not YouTube, probably parroting someone they see on MSNBC or CNN. But if you look into these guys, I have a feeling that you'll come to the same conclusions I have about who the best Republican senators are and who the worst of them are. I wanted to mainly do this video because I wanted to put faces to names, and I wanted to show at least the worst of them, because some of these guys, right? Some of these guys like... or let's go to the D listing. Like Senator Graham. If there is one senator I just don't know what to make of him. He's a snake. He should almost be in the F class, just because I think he is the epitome of the swamp rat. But he talks a good game. But he never backs up his talk. He seems to be always in front of the cameras at the right time. Oftentimes saying the right things on the right TV shows. But when push comes to shove, he's and inaction Jackson. A lot like Ted Cruz in that regard, but I don't know. I have Ted Cruz way up in the B plus category, and I've got Graham at the D plus category. But yeah, so these guys are probably the ones you need to most look out for because they're in the D list, right? These are the guys that are subpar. And why are they subpar? Well, for Thune, it's because he's the second highest ranking Republican in the Senate, and he's like a mini-me of Mitch McConnell. He's gone on the record after Trump. He's gone after Trump. As has Sullivan, as has Shelley Moore Capito, as has John Barrasso. John Barrasso's the third highest ranking Republican. I feel like John Barrasso and Thune, they both deserve to be considered swamp rats. They probably should both be primaried and replaced. Of this D ranking, I think Chuck Grassley is the one I like the most, and the only reason he's really kind of in here is because of just how many terms he's served. He's going on 90 years old. I think he's going to be 90 at the end of his term, and that's getting up there. I mean, I respect the guy, but at some point you need to step down. And so that's really the only reason Chuck is in this delisting, is because of his advanced age, and it's probably time for him to move on. But the other 6, you could probably make a strong case to get rid of them, along with the senators in the F category. So just a reminder of who the senators are in the F category, because if there's any senators I want you to know beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's these guys here. Oops. Evidently that's already going. So let's do it again. Bill Burr. Actually, I can speed this up, right? Cassidy, Susan Collins, the big fish himself, Mitch McConnell, Murkowski of Alaska, Mitch Romney, the ever-present rhino neocon. He's like a cockroach. He just doesn't die. And then Ben Sass and Pat Toomey. So there you are. Remember these faces. They need to go. If anyone needs to go, it's these senators right here. Big time. Anyway, I'm James Johnson. This has been my report card on the U.S. Republican Senate. Hopefully you appreciate it. Maybe this will help you out to make a better informed opinion going forward. If so, please smash that like button. And until the next time all, peace.